Welcome back to the deep dive. Today we are setting our sights on the island often called the Heart of Asia.
Hmm.
For too long, this destination felt like it was playing second fiddle, slightly under the radar compared to the massive tourist draws of Japan, Korea, or Thailand.
Absolutely. They grab a lot of the headlines.
But as the best travel secrets always do, the word is officially out.
And that's because Taiwan is just this unique blend of experiences. It manages to pair staggering natural beauty, I mean, seriously, world-class gorges, with some of the most streamlined and intuitive urban infrastructure anywhere on the globe.
Right.
We're talking about a country that has quietly perfected the art of efficient living. And critically, for you listening,
Yeah.
it is quickly emerging as a mandatory stop for the global foodie.
Okay, let's unpack this entire package then. Our mission today is to synthesize the essential knowledge from our comprehensive travel guide. This one's tailored specifically for the culture and food-focused explorer.
Yeah, the ones who travel with their stomachs first.
Exactly. We have big questions to answer. Is Taiwan a destination that can stand alone? Or is it just a clever stopover? Can its infrastructure really handle this new wave of high-volume tourism?
That's a key question now.
And perhaps the most pressing cultural mystery we must solve, the true, unvarnished nature of stinky tofu.
Ah, yes. The ultimate rite of passage we absolutely have to explore. By the end of this deep dive, you'll have a complete, actionable itinerary covering logistics, where exactly to book your stay in Taipei, the absolute non-negotiable must-eat list, the cultural must-sees,
The whole 9 yards.
pretty much. And our final definitive verdict on whether this trip is unequivocally worth your precious vacation time. If you're eyeing East Asia and want a destination that delivers complexity and convenience in equal measure, stick around.
We promise to make you the most well-informed traveler on the flight.
Hope so.
All right, let's start where every great trip begins. Logistics and infrastructure. We need to know if this experience is going to be painful or, as our sources suggest, maybe peerlessly pleasant from the moment the plane touches down.
Well, for the vast majority of international travelers, you'll be flying into Taiyuan International Airport, TPE.
Okay.
And what's genuinely fascinating here is how immediately the efficiency starts. TPE isn't just a major hub. It's celebrated as one of the best airports globally.
It really is.
It's spotless, operationally superb, and crucially, the English signage is abundant and crystal clear. There's just no ambiguity.
That's a huge relief after a long flight.
It is. Coming from North America or Europe, you're looking at a long haul, right?
Yeah.
And while direct flights exist on carriers like EVA Air, the airport itself makes the inevitable connection if you have one a total breeze.
And the ease of entry is a massive selling point. It just removes that immediate layer of traveler anxiety. The source material highlights that citizens from the US, Canada, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, and most of the EU enjoy a generous 90-day visa-free stay.
Yep, 90 days.
You just show up with your passport and you're processed swiftly. It's fantastic.
That lack of bureaucratic red tape is, well, it's foundational to the Taiwan travel experience. But that seamlessness extends beyond just immigration. The moment you land, the infrastructure is designed to integrate you.
How so?
Well, while you can easily exchange currency, the real move, I think, is securing your mobile data connection. There are multiple kiosks right outside baggage claim selling various prepaid traveler SIM cards.
Oh, convenient.
Very. And they're really affordable. You get connectivity instantly, which is key for using the city's transport apps and maps.
Right. Makes sense. So we've landed, we've cleared immigration easily, and we have instant 5G connection. How do we get from TPE into the dense heart of Taipei City? It sounds like there are a few options.
3 main ones, yeah. But one is the clear, undisputed champion.
Yeah.
The airport MRT, or the Purple Line as it's known.
The Purple Line, okay.
It is the optimal choice because it perfectly synthesizes speed and affordability. Depending on whether you catch the express or the commuter train, they run on the same line, the journey takes about 35 to 50 minutes.
That's a pretty quick.
It is. And it deposits you directly into the massive organized sprawl of Taipei Main Station. The cost, which is the real shocker, is only 160 new Taiwan dollars. That's around $5 US.
$5? Seriously?
Seriously. The trains are quiet, they're frequent, and like the airport, maintained to an almost absurd level of cleanliness. It's impressive.
But let's play devil's advocate for a second. Surely there must be a time when the bus, or maybe a taxi, is better, even with that price difference.
Absolutely, there are edge cases. Your secondary options are the bus, which is Marginally cheaper still, perhaps $3 to $4 USD, something like that, but it's significantly slower.
Yeah, buses usually are.
You're looking at an hour-plus journey, and you are subject to whatever traffic snarls Taipei might throw at you. However, the buses do run 204/7, which makes them the default choice if you land at, say, 2 a.m. when the MRT might not be running.
Oh, okay, good point.
The final option, the taxi or Uber, is your most expensive, upwards of $40 to $50 USD. Yeah. This is truly only advisable if you have a massive amount of luggage, or maybe if your destination is extremely far from an MRT stop and you just cannot face a transfer after a long flight.
Hmm.
Otherwise, honestly, the Purple Line is the way to go.
Got it. Purple Line it is, most likely. So once you are in the city, getting around is praised universally, right? The Taipei Metro, the MRT.
Oh yeah, it's lauded as one of the best rapid transit systems globally. It's cheap, it's intuitively designed with color-coded lines, incredibly efficient, and so robust that the need for a taxi during the day is almost non-existent, really.
That's fantastic.
And this brings us to the single most critical item you need to acquire upon arrival, the Easy Card.
Ah, the golden ticket.
That's what our sources call it, and it's not hyperbole. It is the fundamental access key to the entire island experience, practically. You can buy one at any MRT station kiosk, the airport, or even at convenience stores, usually for a small refundable deposit, and you load it up immediately with some cash.
And its utility goes far beyond just getting on and off the subway, doesn't it? It
Right.
simplifies your movement and transactions entirely.
Correct. The seamless integration is what's key. You can use it on the MRT and city buses, naturally, but also on the public U-bike system, which is an excellent way to cover short distances, by the way.
Oh, nice. Bike sharing.
Yep. And crucially, you can use it for small purchases at virtually every major convenience store chain, like 7-Eleven or Family Mart.
Wow, even in stores.
Yeah. Think of it as a fully integrated transport and microtransaction debit card. It means you rarely need to handle cash for quick snacks or drinks, which just further streamlines your day. It's incredibly convenient.
So the verdict on logistics is clear. It's not just efficient, it's intentionally seamless. It's built to make the traveler's life easy. We're giving it an A+ for accessibility and functionality.
Definitely gets top marks.
Now that we've mastered the logistics and we're armed with our fully loaded Easy Card, we need to set up our base camp. Taipei is huge, and choosing your district, well, it really sets the tone and energy level for the entire trip, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. But before diving into the neighborhood vibes, let's quickly acknowledge the excellent value in accommodation. Taiwan punches way above its weight compared to its neighbors.
Yeah, I noticed that in the research. Better prices than Tokyo or Singapore.
Significantly better for comparable quality. The mid-range sweet spot, a clean, modern hotel in a vibrant area, is typically around $100 to $150 USD per night.
That's very reasonable for a major Asian capital.
It is, and if you're budget conscious, the hostels are sparkling clean and very modern, ranging from maybe $25 to $40 USD. Really good options across the board.
Okay, let's start with the district that promises constant stimulation, Yumending. This sounds like the ultimate choice for first-timers who thrive on nonstop action. It's been dubbed the Harajuku of Taipei.
That comparison holds up, I think, both in terms of chaotic energy and just the visual density. It's a huge pedestrian shopping paradise that is absolutely bursting with neon signs, street performers, movie theaters, KTVs, and food stalls that essentially operate 24/7.
Sounds intense.
It is. It's loud, it's young, and it is beautifully, relentlessly chaotic. If your goal is to be in the absolute thick of things, never miss a beat, and be entertained just by stepping out your door, Ximending is your spot.
But the warning is...
Just be forewarned. Don't expect a quiet, reflective evening in that particular neighborhood. It's full on.
Right. If that level of sensory overload sounds exhausting, maybe after day one, then we pivot to the more refined, maybe grown-up and trendier choices.
Yeah.
The Zongshan and Dan districts.
Yes, these offer a different vibe. I see these as offering a necessary sophistication and maybe a deeper dive into the local, everyday Taipei life.
Okay. Tell me about the Zongshan first.
Zongshan, in particular, offers a wonderfully sophisticated vibe. It's known for its leafy, tree-lined boulevards, its higher concentration of independent, design-focused shops, boutique hotels housed in refurbished buildings,
Oh, nice.
and excellent quiet cocktail bars and high-end coffee shops. It feels highly local, very livable, and yet remains central and easily connected by the MRT. It's got a great balance.
And Danan, just to the south, is similar but slightly more residential and upscale, is that right?
Correct. Dawn is where you'll find expansive parks, like Dawn Forest Park, slightly more luxurious apartment buildings, and a quieter, highly curated feel. Crucially, Dawn is home to the famous Yongkang Street.
Ah, the food street.
Exactly. It's a major food hub known for everything from high-end mango-shaved ice shops to iconic beef noodle soup joints. So if you prefer a blend of quiet nights and daytime exploration with amazing food nearby, these two areas, Zhongshan and Dan, are probably far better choices than Gevending.
Okay, that sounds more my speed, I think. Finally, we must mention the purely strategic option, the area surrounding Taipei Main Station. Functional, not charming.
That sums it up perfectly.
Yeah.
It's definitely functional rather than charming, but it offers pure transport convenience that is simply unbeatable.
Why stay there then?
Well, if your itinerary involves extensive travel outside of Taipei, whether that's day trips via the regular train network, the TRA, or utilizing the high-speed rail, the HSR, to reach the south or east of the island.
Right, for longer trips.
Staying right at main station means you can minimize transit times significantly. You can literally roll out of your hotel bed and be on a high-speed train platform heading to Hualien or Kaohsiung within minutes.
That is convenient.
It is the tactical choice for the traveler doing a multi-city tour of Taiwan, accepting a lack of neighborhood charm in exchange for maximum efficiency.
So whether you want chaos, sophistication, or pure strategy, Taipei seems to have a base camp tailored for your specific travel style.
Pretty much covers all the bases.
Okay, we have our base camp set up in the sophisticated elegance of Dalan, let's say. We have our easy card, and we are hungry. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The culinary heartland.
Yes.
Expert speaker. I stand by my earlier statement. Taiwan has, dollar for dollar, bite for bite, some of the best street food on the entire planet.
It's not just a claim. I think it's a demonstrable truth. Food in Taiwan is not merely sustenance. It's the central organizing principle of the culture.
Really, that's central.
Oh, yeah. It's a mandatory social activity. It's a form of communal art. And it's the ultimate expression of the island's history and influences. The primary epicenter of this universe, of course, is the night market.
The night market is a mandatory institution. You really can't miss it. It's where you go to dine, stroll, socialize, maybe shop a little, and just soak up the city's energy. It's like a multi-course, walkable tasting menu experience.
That's a great way to put it.
In Taipei, we talk about two major players, Shilin and Raohe, but our sources strongly advise the latter. Why the preference?
Well, Shellin is the largest, and because of its size, it became the most famous internationally. But because of that fame, it sometimes feels massive, almost labyrinthine, and yes, maybe a little geared toward mass tourism now. It can be overwhelming.
I see.
Our sources, and I'd say most locals, often prefer Rahohe Night Market. The reason is partly structural. It's basically a single manageable long street.
Ah, simpler navigation.
Exactly. It makes it easier to navigate without getting lost or feeling totally swamped. It feels significantly more traditional, too. It has this beautiful, ornate temple entrance that frames the whole experience, and the food quality feels consistently higher, favoring authentic classics over, novelty items.
That structural element easy navigation is huge when you're facing decision paralysis from too many delicious smells attacking you from all sides.
Absolutely. And while Shilin and Raohe are the biggest names, travelers looking for a slightly smaller, more traditional vibe centered purely around food stalls should definitely look at Ningxia Night Market.
Ningxia.
Yeah, it's smaller, but it specializes in traditional local cuisine and is known as a favorite among older residents for its pure, focused culinary excellence. Less overwhelming, more about the food.
Good tip. Let's stop stalling, though, and get straight to the food itself. A lightning round of the absolute must-eats, starting with a dish that defines comfort, the guabao.
The guabao is just magnificent because of its textural complexity. It's often called the Taiwanese taco, but honestly, that comparison doesn't really do justice to the bun itself.
How so?
It's a perfect, fluffy, snow-white steamed bun, split open like a pillow, cradling layers of rich, tender, slow-braised pork belly, some tangy pickled mustard greens, crunchy crushed peanuts, and often topped with cilantro.
Sounds amazing.
The bun is spongy and slightly sweet, contrasting beautifully with the rich, savory pork and the acidic crunch of the pickles. It is just the definition of a balanced bite. So good.
Okay, next, the street food theater of the flame-torched beef cubes. This sounds like pure, immediate gratification.
It is brilliant in its simplicity and, the showmanship. You watch the vendor take perfectly diced cubes of steak, often seasoned already, and hit them with a literal massive blowtorch.
Oh, the blowtorch, really?
Oh, yeah. Searing the outside to a perfect crust in seconds. It's served in a small tray, and you choose your finish. A sprinkle of sea salt, black pepper, or maybe a sweet teriyaki glaze. It's simple street food mastery, executed flawlessly right in front of you.
Simple but effective. And then there is the scallion pancake, your go-to savory comfort snack that can fuel you through hours of walking.
The scallion pancake, or kong yu bing, is this marvelous combination of textures. It's a flaky, chewy, savory flatbread that's been pan-fried to a golden brown crisp, generously speckled with green onions.
I think I've had versions of this elsewhere.
You probably have, but they really perfect it here. Vendors often fold in an egg as it cooks, turning it into the ultimate portable handheld breakfast or late-night treat. You'll find variations everywhere, but the core, that perfect combination of chew and crispness, remains essential. It's just pure comfort.
And now we face the great question, the thing that every prospective traveler either dreads or anticipates with great excitement: stinky tofu.
Ah, yes. This is the cultural necessity, isn't it? The true rite of passage. We have to acknowledge the elephant in the room. The smell.
This is legendary.
The pungent aroma is undeniable. It's often compared to, well, dirty socks, strong blue cheese, or maybe a garbage dumpster on a hot day. It's potent.
Okay, sell me on why I'd eat something that smells like that. Where does the smell come from?
The smell, which is created by the fermentation process. The tofu is fermented in a brine mixture with vegetables, and sometimes shrimp can be smelled blocks away. It's really distinctive.
So if the smell is that intense, how on earth is it considered a favorite dish?
Because the crucial distinction, and this is really important, is that the smell is infinitely worse than the taste.
Really?
Absolutely. When stinky tofu is prepared correctly, most commonly deep fried to achieve a crispy exterior and a soft, almost custard-like interior, the taste is surprisingly mild, savory, and deep, almost umami.
Huh. How's it usually served?
It's typically served drenched in a savory garlic sauce, topped with pickled cabbage, which provides a necessary acidic contrast, and often a hit of chili sauce. Our sources frame trying it as a cultural obligation, really.
An obligation?
Well, maybe a strong suggestion. You should try it once. You don't necessarily have to order it again if it's not your thing, but you kind of have to experience it.
I can confirm. Having bravely tested the material for research purposes, the fried version, especially braced with the pickled cabbage and sauce, is completely edible and even enjoyable once you get past that initial intense wave of aroma. It's a sensory test, but one you should absolutely try to pass.
Glad you survived. Moving from the most controversial item to the undisputed champion of beverages, bubble tea, or boba. Taiwan is its origin story.
The birthplace.
Exactly. And the difference in quality here is night and day compared to what you often find elsewhere globally.
Right. This is not the watered-down artificial syrup stuff you sometimes find at a mall kiosk back home. This is quality tea.
Precisely. Here, the tea is often freshly brewed, sometimes using really high-quality leaves. The milk is genuinely creamy, often fresh milk, not just powder. And the tapioca pearls, the boba, have that perfect signature Q texture.
Q texture.
Yeah, it's a Taiwanese term. It means chewy, bouncy, springy. It's highly prized. The pearls here just have that perfect chew.
And this brings us to the critical practical tip. Customization. This is huge in Taiwan.
It is. Taiwanese tea shops empower you completely. You absolutely must utilize the sugar level dial. The full 100% sugar is often way too sweet for Western palates.
Way too sweet.
Our sources strongly recommend dialing it down immediately to maybe 50%, or for the true tea flavor experience, aiming for 30% sugar. That beautifully balances the tea's natural bitterness or flavor with the sweetness of the pearls.
And ice level too, right?
Yes, you also customize the ice level normal. Less ice, no ice. Less ice keeps the drink from getting watered down too quickly, especially in the heat.
So that 30% sugar, less ice, classic milk tea sounds like the gold standard based on the research.
That's usually a safe and delicious bet. Now, beyond the night markets, we must discuss the national dishes that demand a proper sit-down meal. First, the monumental beef noodle soup.
The national dish.
This is the national dish, and for good reason. It's practically a religious experience for many Taiwanese, built on hours and hours of slow preparation.
What makes it so special?
You are looking for a rich, complex, savory, and sometimes slightly spicy broth that has been stewing for ages with beef bones, medicinal herbs, soy sauce, spices. It's incredibly deep. It's often served with huge, melt-in-your-mouth chunks of slow braised beef shank and thick, perfectly chewy noodles. Every shop has its own secret broth recipe passed down through generations. But the experience, the comforting warmth, the depth of flavor is universally guaranteed perfection. pretty much.
Sounds incredible. And second, you cannot leave Taiwan without having xiaolongbao, or soup dumplings. While they are now a global phenomenon, we must remember they originate here, most famously at the Din Tai Fung restaurant chain.
Ah, Din Tai Fung. It's practically a pilgrimage site. It's become a benchmark for culinary excellence worldwide. But it started right here in Taiwan. The precision is legendary.
You can watch them make it.
Absolutely. You get the mesmerizing sight of chefs in white hats and masks meticulously folding those perfect 18-pleat dumplings right through the kitchen glass. Each dumpling is a technical marvel. A paper-thin skin encapsulating savory seasoned pork and a burst of rich, piping hot soup.
And there's a specific way to eat them.
Yes, the ritual is essential. Dip it gently in the mixture of black vinegar and shredded ginger. Place it on your spoon, maybe nibble a tiny hole to release the steam so you don't burn your mouth. Sip the soup, then eat the dumpling. It's an art form.
Okay, noted. And for the time-conscious traveler, we have a critical, practical tip regarding Din Tai Fung, because the lines can be insane.
They really can, especially at the original Xinyi branch. If you are facing an hour-plus queue there, don't stress. Instead, head to the location in the massive Taipei 101 building.
The skyscraper.
Yep. That branch is much larger, much more modern, and handles volume better, meaning the wait times are often significantly shorter. You can grab your number, maybe shop a bit in the basement mall, and enjoy that perfect soup dumpling experience much faster.
Smart tip. Saves valuable eating time.
Exactly.
We've properly fueled up, or rather, we will be fueling up, as we've definitely convinced ourselves that the food budget needs to be doubled or tripled. Let's move our bodies and explore the culture, history, and nature of this fascinating island. What do we do between those 3, maybe 4 daily meals?
Yeah, you need to walk it off. Taipei excels at contrast, and you see this vividly in its cultural architecture. You absolutely must visit Longshan Temple.
Okay, Longshan Temple.
It's one of the most important and oldest temples in the city. A really vibrant, bustling hub of worship. The air is just thick with the scent of incense. It's very atmospheric. And the visual detail of the classical Taiwanese architecture, the carved pillars, the intricate roof decorations, the painted ceilings is stunning.
And it's not a museum piece either. It's an active daily site of spiritual practice, right? People are actually worshiping there.
Exactly. That's what makes it special. You'll see locals engaged in traditional rituals, throwing by these red crescent-shaped divination blocks to communicate with the deities, or lighting incense sticks and placing offerings of fruit and flowers. It's a very real, living sensory experience that grounds you deeply in Taiwanese culture and tradition.
Sounds powerful. And then for pure scale and history, there is the Chiang Kai-shek Memorial Hall. It's visually striking, isn't it? This massive white and blue landmark set in an enormous public square.
It is. It's impossible to ignore the sheer size and grandiosity of the complex. When visiting the CKS Memorial Hall, it's essential for the well-informed traveler, I think, to understand the context impartially.
Right, there's history there.
There is. Chiang Kai-shek was the leader of the Kuomintang, who retreated to Taiwan in 1949 after the Chinese Civil War. He governed until his death, overseeing the island during a period of significant economic development, but also during the period of authoritarian martial law known as the White Terror.
So a complex figure and period.
Very complex. The hall itself stands as a monument to that historical period, and its meaning is still discussed and debated within Taiwan today. Visually, it's dramatic, and we highly recommend timing your visit to catch the extremely precise and formal changing of the guards ceremony.
Oh yeah, the guards.
It happens on the hour, and it's this very choreographed display of military discipline. Quite impressive to watch.
Moving indoors for arts and history, the National Palace Museum is essential viewing, but also potentially overwhelming in its scope.
Essential, yes, and absolutely overwhelming if you try to do it all. It houses one of the largest and finest collections of Chinese imperial artifacts in the entire world. Much of it was transported from Beijing's Forbidden City during the Chinese Civil War for safekeeping.
Wow, how big is the collection?
Hundreds of thousands of pieces. Ceramics, bronzes, paintings, calligraphy, jade. It's physically impossible to see it all, or even a fraction of it, in one visit.
So what's the strategy?
Our strategic advice for you, the learner, is to focus. Don't attempt to absorb the entirety. Zero in on 1 or 2 specific, famous galleries or pieces you're interested in. Maybe the jade carvings, including the iconic jadeite cabbage and the meat-shaped stone.
Wait, the meat-shaped stone?
Yes, it looks remarkably like a piece of braised pork belly carved from jasper. It's incredibly famous. Or focus on the ceramics collection, or maybe Song Dynasty landscape paintings. Pick a niche. You'll leave feeling enriched, not exhausted and defeated.
Good plan. And for that necessary dose of ultra-modernity, dominating the skyline is Taipei 101, formerly the world's tallest building. The observatory on the 89th floor is mandatory for getting those necessary, sprawling 360-degree views of the city, right?
It really is the place for that panoramic view. But here is the critical practical tip that can save you frustration and money. Check the weather forecast before you buy your ticket.
Ah, clouds.
Exactly. Taipei can be prone to cloud cover, especially around the mountains where 101 is situated. If the top of the tower is shrouded in fog or low clouds, you are paying a premium price. And it's not cheap just to look at the inside of a white cloud.
Pointless.
Pretty much.
All right.
Save your ticket purchase for a clear day. The views are only truly worth it when they are unobstructed. You can see all the way to the mountains and the coast sometimes.
Okay, check the weather app first. Got it. Now, here's where Taiwan opens up into true world-class status, I think. The day trips and nature escapes. The classic, most popular combination is Jufen and Shifen, which can apparently be done in one long, busy day from Taipei.
Yes, the classic combo. Shifen is famous for its unique topography.
Mhm.
Its old street is built literally right on top of the active train tracks of a small branch line.
On the tracks?
Right on them. This is the spot where visitors buy huge paper lanterns, write wishes for prosperity or luck on them with calligraphy brushes, and then release them directly onto the train tracks, letting them float up into the sky.
That sounds amazing, but what about the trains?
Well, when the trains aren't actually coming through, which isn't super frequent on this line, the tracks become the main thoroughfare and the launch pad. It is a wonderfully atmospheric and unique moment that photographs beautifully. Very popular.
Then you head up the mountain to Jufen. This was a former gold mining town.
That's right. Built steeply into the side of a mountain overlooking the coast. It's characterized by this stunning maze of narrow cobblestone alleyways, traditional tea houses perched on cliffs, souvenir shops, food stalls, and those stunning, iconic red lanterns hanging everywhere.
And it has a connection to a famous movie.
It does. It earned widespread fame, in part because it's widely reputed to have been a key inspiration for the visuals, particularly the bathhouse town, in the Studio Ghibli animated movie Spirited Away.
Ah, okay. I can picture that.
It absolutely looks like a magical, mist-shrouded old village, especially at dusk.
Sounds perfect. What's the catch?
It is stunningly beautiful, particularly at dusk when all the red lanterns light up. But we must issue a strong caution here. Jufen gets intensely crowded. Unbelievably crowded.
How bad?
If you visit on a weekend, the main staircase, the most photographed area, can become a solid, slow-moving wall of people, shoulder to shoulder. It can be frustrating. If you can manage it, definitely favor a weekday visit, or at least be mentally prepared for patience. However, the views of the coastline from the mountain tea houses arguably make the crowds tolerable. Just barely sometimes.
Weekday visit it is, if possible. Finally, for the ultimate nature lovers, if you have more than just a quick Taipei city break, you have to prioritize Taroko Gorge. This is often cited as Taiwan's absolute non-negotiable must-see natural destination.
This is an epic global caliber national park. It's a massive marble canyon carved deep by the Luwu River on the island's more remote east coast. It features genuinely breathtaking sights. Trails cut directly into the sheer cliff sides high above the rushing river, the incredible turquoise blue water, tunnels you walk through, suspension bridges, and the stunning Eternal Spring Shrine, which is built right into the cliff face over a waterfall as a memorial to workers who died building the highway. We're talking about geological drama that rivals anything in the U.S. national parks or the European Alps. It's world class.
Okay, but logistically, this cannot be an easy day trip from Taipei, right? It's on the East Coast?
Correct. It requires significant planning compared to Yufenshufen. You need to take the fast train, the TRA Express, from Taipei to Hualien, which is the closest city. That takes about 2-3 hours.
Okay.
And then from Hualien, you either need to hire a driver, take a bus tour, or rent a scooter to actually get into and explore the gorge itself, as it's quite spread out. So you really need to plan for an overnight stay in Hualien, or perhaps a multi-day trip if you want to do serious hiking on trails like the Swallow Grotto Walk or the Shakadong Trail.
So more commitment needed.
Definitely more commitment. But for outdoor enthusiasts, for people who love dramatic landscapes, this is a non-negotiable priority that makes the extra logistics entirely worthwhile. It's a highlight of Taiwan for many.
We've maximized our time in Taipei and explored the surrounding beauty, theoretically. Now, let's get strategic. As travelers, we want to maximize our time, and that often means knowing what we can strategically skip to make room for more spontaneity, more deep dives into the food, or just pure enjoyment without feeling rushed.
That's a smart approach. Based on the logistics and payoff, I would generally recommend skipping the Maokong gondola for the majority of travelers, especially if time is limited.
Oh, why is that? The views over tea fields sound nice.
They do sound appealing, and the glass-bottom cabins are kind of cool. But the reality is that the lines, particularly to get on the gondola at the MRT station, can be extremely long and time-consuming, especially on weekends or holidays.
Ah, the queuing issue again.
Exactly. The journey itself is quite long, maybe 20–30 minutes each way. And the payoff at the topsome tea houses and walking paths, while pleasant, is arguably modest compared to the visual impact of, say, a day trip to Jufan or the views from Elephant Mountain closer to the city.
Your time is a precious resource. I think you can often spend it better elsewhere, unless you're really into tea plantations.
Okay, fair point. I have a skip that focuses purely on mindset, which I think is critical for enjoying the food scene, especially the night markets. Skip the urge to overschedule your night market visits. Don't go in with a rigid, printed-out 20-item checklist of things you must eat and a map that must be followed precisely.
That's excellent advice. Attempting to check boxes like that transforms the joy of discovery into a stressful chore. You end up hunting for specific stalls instead of just experiencing it.
Right. It kills the vibe. Totally. The true pleasure of the night market is spontaneous discovery. Just wander, follow your nose, follow your eyes, and most importantly, follow the lines of locals. A long queue usually means something truly excellent is being cooked right there. That spontaneous discovery, finding your own favorite thing, will be far more rewarding than trying to find some pre-listed dish from a blog post.
Be open to happy accidents. And building on that, maybe strategically skip Shillin Night Market specifically on a Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, I'd co-sign that. The sheer density of the crowds, especially in the main food court area and narrow lanes, can be simply too intense on peak nights. The experience can feel more like being in a human traffic jam than a pleasant stroll.
Not fun.
Not really. Instead, favor the more traditional, food-focused Ningxia market, which generally has a higher concentration of authentic, old-school food vendors. Or, as we mentioned, the preferred Rohe market, which is structurally easier to navigate even when busy. Save Shillin for a weeknight if you really want to see it.
Good tactical advice. This leads us naturally to the intangible element that makes Taiwan so special, the real vibe of the island. It's often what makes or breaks a travel experience, isn't it? And Taiwan seems to excel here largely because of its people.
Absolutely. The word that continuously comes up in traveler reviews, in our sources, is gentle. The people are incredibly polite, genuinely kind, and often go out of their way to help you, even if there's a significant language barrier.
You really feel that.
You do. There's a certain inherent goodness, a softness, and a real kindness in the daily interactions that makes a foreign visitor feel instantly welcome and, importantly, safe.
And that feeling of safety is paramount, especially for certain travelers.
It really is. Taiwan is consistently ranked as one of the safest places to travel globally. This makes it perfect for solo travelers, including solo female travelers. You can walk around late at night in Taipei, take the MRT, and feel completely at ease. There's just a profound sense of civic pride, order, and mutual respect woven into the fabric of society. It's noticeable.
Then you have the legendary convenience culture, which is almost mind-bogglingly advanced and is perfectly integrated into those ubiquitous 7-Eleven and Family Mart stores. They're everywhere.
They are absolutely everywhere. And they are so much more than just places to grab a bag of chips or a drink. They are full-service community hubs that make life incredibly streamlined, especially for travelers.
What can you do there?
You can pay most of your utility bills there. You can buy train tickets, bus tickets, even concert tickets.
Yeah.
You can ship and receive packages, use their clean ATMs, get your Easy Card topped up. And they offer surprisingly high-quality, clean coffee and ready-made meals, often with little seating areas.
Wow.
They are these reliable oases, always open, offering clean bathrooms and dependable service.
Huh?
They make navigating everyday life incredibly manageable and intuitive. You rely on them quickly.
And that duality, I think, that perfect synthesis of old and new, that really defines the atmosphere. The sources mention this beautiful, organized chaos.
Yeah, that's a good term for it.
Where ancient temples that are literally centuries old, humming with incense smoke, sit right next to massive, polished, modern glass skyscrapers housing global tech companies.
Exactly. And traditions like burning incense offerings on the sidewalk outside a shop, or people seriously consulting fortune tellers near a temple persists with deep respect, even right in front of high-end designer stores or busy metro stations. It all coexists.
It feels like a culture that has fully embraced modernization and hyper-efficiency, not at the expense of its soul, but somehow as an elegant addition to it.
Well said. It's a country that just works seamlessly while maintaining its historical heart and cultural identity.
Yeah.
It's quiet in many ways, yet exciting, and it is a genuinely easy and fascinating place to spend time.
Okay, so we've covered the peerless, easy logistics, the affordable and varied accommodation, the world-beating food, and honestly, the food alone could sell this trip, couldn't it?
Absolutely. Reason enough to go.
The diverse cultural and natural activities, from temples to gorges, and the wonderfully safe, polite, and streamlined atmosphere.
Which brings us back to the ultimate question we set out to answer at the beginning of this deep dive. After considering the costs, the convenience, the deep culture, and the phenomenal cuisine, is a trip to Taiwan worth your precious vacation time and money?
What's the final word? It is an absolute, unequivocal, resounding 100% yes.
Agreed. Completely.
This is a destination that delivers on every single promise. Do not hesitate. Book the ticket. And you must arrive hungry. Very hungry.
Let's break down exactly who should prioritize this trip, just to be clear.
Yeah.
First, it is absolutely mandatory if you are a serious food lover. We'd argue it's easily one of the top 3 food destinations on the planet when you factor in the sheer variety, the exceptional quality, and the incredible affordability, particularly of the street food and local eateries.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Second, it is incredibly worth it if you are a solo traveler. The public transport system is peerless, making it easy to get around independently. The island is remarkably safe for all travelers, regardless of gender or experience level. And the genuine kindness of the people makes exploring on your own completely stress-free and often quite rewarding.
Yeah, people will help you out.
Yeah.
And finally, it is definitely worth it if you're looking for a highly accessible, easy entry point into East Asia. It offers a cultural depth and urban efficiency that rivals Japan, but is often significantly more affordable.
Right.
And perhaps less overwhelming in scale or language barrier than, say, mainland China for a first-timer. It provides this amazing, balanced cultural package in one easily navigable island.
So who is this trip not for? Is there anyone?
Well, the only person this trip might not be ideally suited for, perhaps, is the traveler who is purely seeking a tropical beach, lie in the sand, do nothing kind of vacation.
Right, it's not the Maldives.
Exactly.
Yeah.
While Taiwan does have beautiful coastlines, particularly in the south near Kenting and some lovely offshore islands, its core draw isn't primarily about resort-style beach lounging. It's more active, more about exploration, culture, and food.
Makes sense. For almost everyone else, though.
For almost everyone else, Taiwan over-delivers spectacularly. It's this intoxicating blend of comfort and foreign excitement. And as you begin to plan your itinerary, maybe using some of these tips, we want to leave you with this final provocative thought, something that maybe defines the entire island.
Okay.
How does Taiwan manage to achieve this perfect synthesis? How does it maintain such a deep, respectful adherence to ancient tradition and cultural heart? You see it in the rituals, the temples, the family recipes, the social etiquette, while simultaneously operating with some of the most intuitive, modern, and hyper-convenient infrastructure systems in the entire world.
That blend is fascinating.
That successful dual identity, that ability to be both deeply traditional and hyper-modern without apparent conflict, is what makes it truly unique and worth pondering.
A truly great question to ponder while you're waiting. Briefly, hopefully, in the Taipei 101 Din Tai Fung for your perfect 18-pleat soup dumpling. That's all the time we have for this deep dive. We hope you're already checking those flight prices.
Go book it.
We'll see you next time.